Santa.
Yo, good day, and welcome to another episode of the RoadFS podcast. It is Christmas week.
I know, and Jody's the coolest Santa ever, right?
That's right.
I mean, look
I
at that.
be on the sand, baby.
Boom. Santa the cool guy.
It is so crazy here in Idaho. It's like foggy, but cold. It's like, dude, if it's going to be cold, bring some snow. So
do something.
I'm dreaming of beaches and sand in my toes is what I'd rather have. So,
well, maybe for a minute. Anyway, so hey, welcome to the Christmas edition of RoadFS podcast, and we are we're kind of doing the year end, but not really. We're gonna have another one next week, but we went through, and one of the things we wanted to do is we're going to talk about some people that we've been with this year, but one of the things we wanted to do is kind of talk about all the places and people we've seen throughout the year. And man, that's a big list.
Oh, dude, it's a huge list. And it's like 2023. I mean, we average one event a month, which is crazy insane. And we just really appreciate all of the suppliers, vendors that invited us to their events because, man, we had an amazing time, made some amazing connections, and had some great memories. And my favorite memory of the year is in the intro of this video, and that's you with the polisher on Steve McQueen's car at the Peterson Auto Museum. He's like,
yeah, well, that was a really, I mean, it was not a planned event. I mean, as far as me working on that car, and we're going to try to do a collage of some of the events. But yeah, in the intro of this, the green car that I stick my tongue out, that's Steve McQueen's personal Jaguar, and I got to be on that one. And that was a huge thing for me just because, you know, I'm an old dude and Steve McQueen was cool and that's a cool car. The one thing that we missed on here, one thing too. So we want to go through some of the events we were at. Literally starting in January, we had MTE.
Yep.
You know,
MTE,
everybody, which we got
year
coming up, MTE. We were at MTE. We had a great year. We met Steve Thompson, and you're going to see a theme throughout this thing because Steve's right here from Boise, and so from the Detail Doctors and him and his son Steven. Then shortly after that, we
got invited by Steve Thompson's recommendation to Rigo Santana to go to the Peterson Auto Museum with Sonax. And man, that was such an amazing event. We got to meet the director of the museum. We got to work on some freaking amazing cars, not only up with the Ferraris, but also it was Magnum PI's Ferrari and the first one, right?
Yeah, it was Henry Ford's family bought him a Ferrari. It's the only Ferrari that's ever come off the line with white wall tires, and we got to work on that as well. That was
go in the vault.
Yeah, we got to go in the vault, which is really cool. And we'd tell you what's in the vault, but then we'd have to kill you. So the cool part about that to me wasn't just the cars; it was the guys and gals.
The guys were amazing.
The group that was working with New Generation Detailers, Rigo Santana, Cairo Mobile Detailing. I won't be able to name all of them, but Sonax, the Sonax team.
Rob
McCrary, David from the Peterson Museum, amazing guy. And it was unbelievable. It was literally, I was just in awe the whole weekend. I met Magnus Walker, who, if you're a Porsche guy, he is like, you know, the Rob Zombie of Porsche guys. He was there. We got to meet some really cool people and just have a lot of fun at that event. On top of that, we got to hang out with little Steve, and little Steven Thompson has become he's one of my favorite people. He's so humble. He's a great kid.
Hungry,
and
you
know, I'll just say right now, Steven, if I win the lottery, I will buy you a 69 Dodge Charger. Absolutely. I'll buy it. We'll get it for you. No problem.
That's awesome.
So then the next event we went to after that was TRCMA. I don't know if you guys have ever been or seen the Rag Company's facility, but they put on a great event that we're going to be involved in again this year called TRCMA.
So shout out to Gabe and Dane and Levi and Anthony
and the whole
production
group,
team
the whole
is
production
amazing.
Team, So TRCMA is basically an online trade show, and it is fantastic. You get to see all these vendors, you get to see all their products, you can actually do live questions and everything. We're going to be doing that again this year, already scheduled for that one. And then
Falcon 1. Dude, that was so cool. I mean, out of the blue, we got invited to participate in Falcon 1. Dustin Jackson from Detail Bookie was there as well, but Tracy and Glenn Erfer did a phenomenal job of organizing this event. They are now the official detailers of Falcon 1. They're going to be doing it every year. And it was great because Sarah from RoadFS came out and got to work side by side with her, got my hands on new equipment, which I'd never done. And that was the first aviation training that I'd participated in because Rod wasn't able to join me, where we were actually working on a flying plane. So the detailing was a completely different animal. So
while Jody was at that event, I was traveling all the way across the country and back. I went 5,100 miles in a motorhome with 3 kids and 4 dogs. And it was quite an adventure. It was fun. It really was. It was awesome. It was a lot of time we had with our family doing some stuff we needed to do. And then we came back and went to the SDC at their new location. Location was a little odd. Not a lot of people there, but the people that went to the
people
SDC,
that went were great.
It was great. The event was awesome. I'm not sure what the future of the Southern Detailers Conference is going to be, but I do know that when Jody and I are out and we're meeting people and we're making new friends and we're seeing people, that is when we really, we have more fun than anything.
Yeah,
we would rather be doing that than sitting here staring at each other doing software. So that event, not sure about the future of it, like I said, but we will support any events that come up. And that is, kind of my pitch to the industry is support the people that are supporting your industry,
man. Dude.
It's amazing how many
positive voice.
Yeah, it's amazing how many companies come into the detailing industry and literally just come in to try to make.
If you don't like something, be the change that you'd like to see. Don't grumble. Just be a positive force and help things happen that build up.
And force is a good segue into our next thing. We were in the summertime. We were involved again with the Air Force One detailing team for their 20th anniversary.
That was cool.
Rennie Doyle and Chris Woolman and the team that put that together, PNS, they've been doing this for 20 years, and it is a well-oiled machine. It is a fantastic to go and see the airplanes that are at the Museum of Flight in Washington.
And be part of that preservation project, right?
Yeah,
that really is a cool preservation project.
Yeah, and it really highlights the skills of the detailing industry. So, good event. After that, there's a new group.
You may have heard about them. They've created quite the buzz.
Detailers of the Round Table, and we started being involved with that group. It is a group that is designed to help each other. It is not. Repeat, not any kind of competition with any other group. It's a brand new idea. We are part of the IDA. Our goal is basically to promote working together and promote the industry and allow people to work together. For instance, there will be a training next year. We're going to talk about that. But Dustin Jackson from Detail Bookie and myself from RoadFS will be doing a business training. Because we're not competing with each other, we are working together, and that is one of the things that I encourage everybody to do is work together and stop competing with each other. Perfect case in point is a podcast. There's not competition between podcasts. You can listen to our podcast, you can watch our podcast, and then 5 minutes later, turn on the Detail Solutions podcast or Rennie Doyle's podcast or Beadmaker Coffee. The rag companies got
Owner's Pride,
all of them.
I mean, they're amazing.
You can watch every single podcast that's out there, and I encourage you to do so because you're going to get a different perspective from every person and every group. So We went to a training. Where did
went
we
to
go?
a training, Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
So at Nate Warren's shop, Frontline Shine, and man, that was the first training that we'd been to. And this was kind of the vision of Detailers of the Roundtable. They have multiple suppliers and vendors there. So we had, Lake Country, the two Bobs came. We had Angel Wax. We had, the
we had the guys from Sonex there.
Sonex, Flex, Chris Metcalf, and
Max Shine. There was a bunch of Max Shine stuff there. There was Carbright.
It was really cool because they gave, the paint chip guy. I forgot. Sorry, I'm forgetting the name of your company, but it was pretty cool because they gave, a couple black segments, and it was all centered on that product you got your hands on, and got to be taught by Rain Albertson and the other guys, Nate Warren. And it was a really cool experience. Definitely a different approach to training.
Yeah.
And so that was a lot of fun.
Right. And one of the things about it, just as you can go out to the Detailers of the Roundtable website and see it, but basically you received multiple certifications at one training. So you paid for a single training and you got a massive goodie bag. Holy crap, they got a lot of stuff. But you got IDA certified, skills validated, Angel Wax certified. You got a boat
marine training
machine. So there were at least 4 certifications in one 3-day period. Plus we got to go to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway,
which was cool,
which was super phenomenal. Same thing's going to happen next June in Colorado at Tate and Trout's shop there.
Yep.
So after the Indianapolis, then we went to the Leather Repair Company Summit in Melbourne,
first
Florida.
Ever, a week long. It was at
the
Evans shop.
Stick
to the details.
And Paige and Ray Evans.
And man, we had a great time. It was information overload. I mean, if you want to understand interiors and leather and different interior materials, I don't think anybody knows more than Mr. Richard Hutchins. I mean,
no, dude, the guy he's a walking like encyclopedia.
So,
and I got to show off a little bit.
Yes, you did, dude. You brought a cool little trick with the lace.
Yep. So we learned a ton of stuff. Jody and I actually got one of the advantages of being Jody and Rod, other than just being this good looking, is we are really, really, really fortunate that we get certifications in a lot of things that are very interesting to us. So Jody and I throughout the year I don't even know how many certifications we have, but we have a leather repair company certification. And we're going to talk about some other ones we got.
Yep. So after that, and that Melbourne is a beautiful town, man. We had some great food there too, man. That little Moroccan place we ate at. Oh man,
fabulous. And we met the people from Owner's Pride in Canada.
Yep. And I lost my glasses.
Paolo and his wife. Jody lost his glass. The beach sucked the glasses off of his face. It was fabulous.
I got slammed.
But we had a lot of fun going to that event, and we were able to really enjoy spending the amount of time necessary to really dive deep into something. We know it's tough when you're doing a training to take a week off, but man, it was so in depth. Yeah. And the care and the concern that the training involved people in and really wanting them to learn. And there's some really awesome superstars that are coming out of there.
Yep.
Dee up in Canada. She is killing it. And I know that Paige Evans has done some really good work on the leather side. So
and even Rashid's done some really cool interior stuff.
Just got to meet Rashid in person, and Rashid's an awesome dude.
So
after that, we went to
local. We actually went local. Bugco, distributing down in Salt Lake. That's 5 hours away. But I think the thing that I really appreciated about the Bugco event was it showed the power of how a local event can draw an amazing amount of people.
Yeah,
there are great vendors there, and Shad Stoker and his team, they were so inviting, so welcoming. They did such a great job of promoting the event, and I mean, there were just detailers and business owners cycling through, and it was
there
awesome.
were a couple hundred people that
Yeah,
went through
it
there,
was
and it was a
awesome.
great thing. I didn't even know what to expect. I was kind of awestruck at the amount of people that came through. But Shad and the whole Budco group, they're just gracious hosts. It was wonderful. And some of the other vendors that were there, you had PNS, you had Buff and Shine, Rennie Doyle came and did a training. You had the Rag Company.
We were there.
We were there, and I mean, that's enough in itself. Just it's us.
Rod's feeling the love today.
Feeling the
man.
love today. Self-love. So then after Budco, we came. We actually, this is reverse order, but we went to the SEMA show.
Went to SEMA show.
The SEMA show was fantastic this year. Jody and I were so busy. We did
34 episodes,
podcasts in 4 days. It was super tiring. We literally had 1 hour where we were not there. I abandoned Jody the last day, and you'll notice the two little furry creatures on the sides of the screen. The last day I flew to Washington and picked up something that I've wanted to do for a long time. So a very personal thing is I've always been in love with bulldogs. And by the way, so is Josh Hernandez. We had a little conversation.
Yes, he is.
So I went and picked up two little bulldogs, brother and sister. They are a ball of muscular attitude, and I love it. We're having a lot of fun with that. They are polar opposites of each other, and they're super fun. Someday we may bring them in here and let them be on the podcast, and you guys can ask them questions.
Yeah, and that was fun. I mean, shout out to Chris Metcalf at Flex. I mean, he hooked us up with the Stack Pack.
Yeah.
And it was a phenomenal tool for us to be able to go booth to booth. We got to interview people that we normally don't get to interview.
Yeah.
Like Brown Brushes, Flexi Shield, Metrovac, and of course with the other people that we normally go see, Revivify and PNS, and I mean, it
PDP,
just was a great
PDP.
It was
we
awesome.
Went Duraslick, Gliptone, RoadFS. I got to have my hands on the RoadFS polisher, the new one, and tried it out. There were 3 new polishers introduced.
Yes,
we got to see and feel every single one of them.
Yep.
Got to have our hands on all of them. We got to see Megan at Car Candy. And I mean, just
the Onyx team.
We were all over
we were everywhere.
Onyx,
it was fun.
Very, so had a great time at SEMA, and then
Josh Hernandez reached out and said, "Hey, we're having the first ever Sparrowhawk aviation training. Would you like to come down to Houston?"
Yep. At the Lone Star Aviation Museum in Houston, Texas.
And that was super cool because, again, we not only were working on museum pieces, but we were working on flying museum pieces. And I think the highlight of that was when the what was it? It wasn't a B-29. I can't remember, but B-2, whatever. What was it? You're smiling at me, but we were out there on the tarmac.
Yeah,
and we were detailing this little 182.
Oh my gosh.
And man, this
literally.
Sorry, I feel bad that I'm forgetting the model of the plane, but man, that thing was loud and it was powerful and everybody just feeling it, and it was great. I mean, it was
awesome.
The thing, the big takeaway, from that for me was aviation detailing is a different game. I mean, you really got to get trained by somebody that knows what they're doing. There are so many safety factors that literally can cause somebody's life if you're not cognizant of what you're doing, and just document and be just cognizant of every little detail. It was fun.
Yeah, it was.
And RoadFS was there.
RoadFS was there. Again, we got to be with Sarah and Giancarlo.
And Jason Rose.
Yeah,
Giancarlo. We love
Giancarlo. And holy cow, Dustin Jackson was there. We got to have a lot of fun with them. I'm thinking of everybody that's there. Bob Rossman was there, and just, oh my gosh, it was a phenomenal.
It was amazing
experience for us as well. And then we got back from there, and you skipped one. We had the very first ever Idaho shop crawl.
Yeah.
IDA
how did I forget the shop crawl?
So we were involved in that. We started planning that out last year, and then Keith Duplessis came in and kind of finished up the planning of that.
Yeah. So shout out to Steve Thompson and our good friend Sydney, who kind of got that initiated.
And we sort of hit it out of the park. It was one of the most successful shop crawls. I was absolutely blown away by how many people were there. It was we had one of the stops had to cancel. They had an emergency, and I'm glad they did, because we wouldn't have had time.
It was crazy.
It was wonderful. And again, the Rad Company, unbelievably gracious host, held the dinner at the end. And we had a great time. We got to see a ton of people that Andrew Van Order was here, and Adam Garvin came in, and
it was awesome.
It was a good event. It was a really good event. And the other thing we forgot is, back in the summertime, Sydney Bray Gwynn's event. You got to put that in there.
Yes.
The Cruisin' Hidden Springs car show.
So that is 14 events.
14 events. So
that's insane.
We haven't got to the end ones too.
I know. That's
so
what I'm saying.
The Cruisin' Hidden Springs car show, it's one of the most awesome car shows. I've been involved in a lot of car clubs and car shows throughout the years, and Sydney's car show is top notch.
It is top notch.
She does a fabulous job. The prizes are cool. The
cars
venues
are
cool. They have food. They have bouncy houses. I mean, it's wonderful. The location's great. So big shout out to Sydney. I know she's a big car person from way back. And she does a great job of organizing and planning that out and kind of cracking the whip.
Yep. And then we wrapped it up. Final event, IGO Aegis Training in Stanley, Wisconsin. I mean, you talk about the middle of nowhere, with Mike Carlin and Joel LaPalm and Marcus Parsley.
Yeah, and it was really good. I can't I had some people call me afterwards and ask how it was. Some folks from Florida. Portland and other places like Florida. But I just really, on a personal note, want to reach out to and just thank Mike and Marcus and Joel. It was a really good training. I've been excited about Aegis ever since, I heard about it, and then they took an award at SEMA for like product of the year. It is an unbelievable product, and I think that it is just an awesome direction for people to go, and I'm really excited to be able to use it ourselves. Like I said at the beginning, we get a lot of certifications and a lot of trainings, and we get to get our hands on a lot of stuff. This is one where we're for sure going to be using. And I would encourage everybody to go out and take a look at it, because it's a really good way to extend your business or to go into a completely different line of business. And I think that's kind of, I think, where I see the direction of the industry going is, we used to call them add-ons, but it's not an add-on. It's just a whole new line of
it's a whole pivot point for you.
So thank you for allowing us to come in and do that. And that was, and awesome.
I think the cool thing about that event, kind of the underlying tone of that event, was we were in a town that literally had 3 restaurants, Torpedo and the bowling alley and the bar, right? And then McDonald's in the gas station. And what it showed to me was that no matter what environment you're in, what market you're in, you can carve out a nice little business if you understand your niche, right? And tailor and market and serve the people in your community and build a reputation that will stand out the test of time. And it just was awesome.
And I learned one other thing that was really, I kind of knew it to begin with, but it really solidified it, is that no matter where you are in the country, bar food is bar food. It's absolutely the same, no matter where you go.
That half chicken I had was fire. It was good.
It's bar food, baby. You can deep fry anything. They could have deep fried a size 6 pair of bowling shoes, and it would have been bar food.
Yeah, and we had fun bowling. So it was fun watching Joel try to throw a bowling ball down the thing. He did pretty good. So, and
we got to be with a lot of really good people. And I think that's, to me, what the most important thing is. As we look into 2024, and we're going to talk about our schedule in 2024, which will include 2 of these other events we forgot.
Yeah, I didn't even write down 2024.
But we get to meet some really amazing people, and we enjoy that. And one of the ways that we are allowed to do this, or we are able to do this, is by having people support the podcast and the software. And yes, we sell software, and we'd love people to use our software. There's other softwares out there, and quite honestly, there's going to continue to be more. So we appreciate everybody that uses our software. We appreciate everybody that's been on the show. And we just want everybody to be able to understand that we really truly believe there's enough room in this market for everybody. So you're going to see Dustin Jackson and myself at a couple of locations this year doing stuff together. We have a lot of respect for each other and for what we do. And Jody's going to be involved in a whole bunch of other good stuff.
Yeah, which we can't name yet. So that's under NDA. So yeah, we are. Look, like Rod said, one of the greatest benefits of what we do is that we get to meet and work with shoulder to shoulder so many amazing people. And it's really, in the end, it's about the journey, and it's about the people that you walk with and being a positive force for the benefit of everybody. And dude, we have had some amazing experiences which have created some amazing opportunity for us, extended our business. We had a phenomenal year this year with people coming on board the software with RoadFS, one of our best years ever growth wise. And, we just continue to grow and mold and evolve. And I joke about this all the time, but literally every trip Rod and I go on, our team cringes because they know Rod and I always come back with more ideas. So it's just fun. And we're looking forward to 2024. Yeah, I didn't
Where's
put
the
any
list there. So 2024, we're going to start going down that
just
list.
Go
quickly.
down. You're going to go there? Okay.
We're going to go there. MTE. We are going to be at MTE in 2024.
Yeah,
we will
February
be there
1st through the 3rd. We're actually going to be there a day early with Randy Hobson. He's actually start doing a really cool thing with the PDR industry and detailing by hosting a fishing derby. So I know
what day is that?
That is the Wednesday before Education Day. So Wednesday morning. So yes.
Okay.
So I have a full day that day.
You do, because we have the IDA's board meeting in the afternoon and the evening.
I know. I already know about that. So anyway, so we have a full day on Wednesday, then we have Education Day, but that's going to be cool, right? 3D Products is joining us, as well as the Detail Solutions podcast is going to be on that fishing derby. I'm not a fisherman, but I got wrangled into it, so maybe I'll catch a fish. So we'll see.
Yep.
Followed by
the Peterson Auto Museum again, which is a fabulous trip. I look forward to that for as many years as they will have us. You don't even need to have that up.
Well, I just put it up there. You're like, what are we doing? So
we'll be going there. And the thing about the Peterson Museum is every time we're there, they have a different theme. So the theme last year was the Ferrari week, and we don't know what this week will be when we go, but we really enjoy being there with the guys from Sonex and the new generation detailers, Rigo Santana. And then we are going to
Falcon
1 for sure. That is going to be a super fun thing. I wasn't able to go last year. This year I'm going to go.
Yeah, got to get the dates on that, and then that'll be followed by PDP.
Yep, we're going to be at
Mike
PDP.
Dixon invited us to their event, so we're looking forward to going there. First time that we've ever been at their location. So that'll be really cool.
And then we will be going to the Detail Summit at the RoadFS location in Colorado. This is something that Richard Hutchings has come up with, and we're going to be. It's a 5-day free training at the RoadFS Training Center. If you've never been to the RoadFS Training Center,
it is
so worth the trip, because not only is it an unbelievable facility, but you have access to Todd Helm, Jason Rose, Sarah Lionheart, Prentice St. Clair, and the whole RoadFS team. But they set it up, and it's super nice, so good. And then after that detailing summit, we are going to be going to Tate and Trout's shop in Colorado, which is also Colorado, but it's just a little outside
just a little east.
This is another Detailers of the Roundtable training. You can go find out about it. It's going to be really good. It's a 3-day training. Tate's story is really awesome. He's a young guy, but he's doing really, really well.
He's amazing.
The 3-day training is going to be fun. Again,
LRC Summit.
LRC Summit
in Canada.
We're
going to Canada. Gonna go hang out with Paolo and his team and Richard Hutchins. So that'll be fun. And then for sure, we're doing SEMA.
SEMA. Yep. We're going to be doing SEMA, and then probably in between then anything else. So that's kind of here's sort of a segue into this is if you know somebody that would like us to be there and do our podcast, just get a hold of us. We are really easy to deal with. And so if you see something you'd like us to be involved in, let us know. We can certainly see if that'll fit into our schedule. That would be awesome.
That's awesome. Well, we want to thank everybody for allowing us to be part of your amazing events, part of your community, part of your trainings. I mean, 2023, looking back, dude, we've had some amazing experiences and opportunities. So from the bottom of our heart, thank you for trusting us and allowing us to be a part. I mean, it is fun. We always learn something, and we are just proud to be a small part of it. And it's amazing. And a shout out to our customers. I mean, dude, we have some amazing customers that have been on RoadFS software for
10 years or more.
10 years or more. And you know, it's just so fun, ranging from the single guy. I was talking to a gal this morning, Yuri, and you know, it's just her and her partner, and all the way to guys that have, you know, 100 they got big shops, right?
Big locations. So
it's super fun.
So yes, again, like Jody said, from the bottom of our heart, thank you for allowing us to come in and to trust us to help you with your business. If there's anything we can do for anybody, please let us know. We really are what you see. This is our personalities, you know, and we love to help people out. It's fun for us to see people succeed. Yes. And the only thing we ask for in return is that you are positive and that you help the next guy or gal out, and that you go subscribe to our YouTube channel so that we can keep doing this.
That's right.
That helps us out a lot, and it really doesn't cost you anything, and you won't get bombarded with any emails or anything like that. So just go out, you know, create 2, 3, 4, 750 email accounts so you can go subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Load them up, baby. Load them up.
So, my dogs have YouTube channel access now, and they've subscribed. They're awesome. They're loyal.
Right. Well, thank you guys so much. We are going to have one more episode of the RoadFS podcast in 2023. Josh Hernandez is going to be our guest next week, so it's going to be fun. We're going to squeeze it in right before the end of the new year, and looking forward to an amazing 24. And honestly, I'm looking forward to this weekend. Gonna spend it's funny, I was visiting with my kids last night, Devin and Christian, and they were talking about how their friends go, man, your family goes all out for Christmas. I mean, it's next level in our house. And my wife goes overboard, but it's overboard in love. And dude, we're looking forward to all the kids are coming in, except for maybe they might make it, but dude, it's going to be fun. So I hope you guys have a great time with your family. I know Rod's going to be doing stuff with his girls and those little dogs.
Oh, yeah. I've already got them gifts. Don't tell them. They got gifts.
I'm sure he's got gifts for the dogs. So.
Oh, we absolutely do. And I'm loving it. So please take the time to whomever you are with, however your family looks, to be with the ones that you love and that love you. And just be thankful for everything that you've had this year. And look forward to next year. And I just encourage everybody, take a look back at this year at the positive things that have happened to you, the growth that you've had, anything at all.
What you've learned.
Yes, what you've learned, and just really capitalize on that. So. There's going to be negative stuff that happens, and that's okay. You just have to learn how to kind of dodge it, get out of the way like the Matrix, you know, and then just go after the positive stuff. And that is, you know, there are some really positive people in this industry that reach out to us, and that are just positive forces. And please continue to do that. And thank you to everybody that has been involved with us and that continues to support us.
Yeah. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year,
happy whatever,
happy Hanukkah,
Festivus, Hanukkah, whatever you do.
You know, we want you to have a happy holidays and Go dance naked in the backyard in the snow. If that's what you do, that's all good.
That video will come out next week.
In fact, I should share the ones that when we had Snow Armageddon where we were all swimming in the snow.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That was pretty fun. So anyway, we always have a good time. So thank you guys so much. And we will check you same time, same bad channel. Just next week.
Yep.
See ya.
Peace.
What does that say?